Welcome to my channel Sella Buzz. The 6 actors James Coburn hated most. James Coburn was born James Harrison Coburn III on August 31st, 1928 in Laurel, Nebraska. This was a small town in the middle of America where his early life was shaped by working hard, staying humble, and never giving up. His family didn't have much money during the Great Depression. This hard time taught him to be strong and independent, which stayed with him his whole life. After moving to Compton, California when he was young, Coburn started loving movies and telling stories. He went to Los Angeles City College later where he studied acting and drama. He learned the skills that would help him have an amazing Hollywood career. Coburn's road to becoming famous wasn't easy or straight. He served in the U.S. Army during the Korean War. This experience gave him discipline and toughness. These qualities would later help him play the tough, quiet characters he was known for on screen. After his time in the Army, he got more serious about acting. He studied with famous acting teachers and worked in theater and small TV shows. His rough good looks, strong presence, and unique rough voice quickly made him different from other actors. This made him perfect for action movies and cowboy films. He became famous in the 1960s and became one of Hollywood's most well-known faces in action films, spy movies, and westerns. Coburn made his big break in The Magnificent Seven in 1960. He played Britt, a gunslinger who threw knives. This role made him a rising star. Throughout the decade, he became known for being effortlessly cool. People often compared him to Steve McQueen, who was his close friend. Coburn went on to appear in movies like The Great Escape in 1963, Our Man Flint in 1966, and In Like Flint in 1967. In these movies, he played a smooth secret agent like James Bond. These roles made him one of the best tough guys of his time. He mixed charm, wit, and physical strength in a way that audiences loved. Even though he looked like a fearless action hero on screen, Coburn was very thoughtful and artistic when the cameras weren't rolling. He tried many different types of roles beyond action and adventure. He appeared in dramas and comedies, and he never let himself get stuck playing just one type of character. His career lasted several decades with great moments, including working with directors like Sam Peckinpah and Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid in 1973 and Cross of Iron in 1977. Coburn's acting style was marked by being naturally real. He rarely acted too big and often used silence, facial expressions, and small movements to show deep feelings and emotions. In the late 1970s, James Coburn had a passionate and creative 4-year relationship with the talented British singer-songwriter, Lindsay DePaul. Their connection wasn't just personal but also artistic as they worked together on music that left a lasting mark on DePaul's career. Together they wrote memorable songs like Losing the Blues for You and the playfully titled Melancholy Melon. Both of these songs were put on her praised album Tigers and Fireflies. This time period showed a different side of Coburn's many talents. Beyond his commanding presence on screen, he showed a gift for working on music and writing lyrics. This revealed an artistic sensitivity that many of his fans may not have known about. After this period of exploring music and personal growth, Coburn returned to the world of movies in the 1990s. He proved himself again as a commanding presence in both supporting and character roles. During this comeback, he appeared in many different and high-profile films that showed his versatility. These included the Western adventure Young Guns 2, the action comedy Hudson Hawk, and the feel-good sequel Sister Act 2. He also gave his talent to the slick, playful Western Maverick, the explosive thriller Eraser, and the hilarious comedy The Nutty Professor. Coburn's dedication to his craft reached its highest point with his performance as Glenn Whitehouse in Affliction. This role was so powerful and emotionally moving that it earned him the coveted Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. This cemented his legacy as one of Hollywood's most compelling character actors. As his career continued to change, Coburn showed remarkable ability to adapt by trying voice acting. This area allowed him to bring his unmistakable strong presence to animation. One of his final most beloved roles was as the charismatic, yet morally conflicted Henry J. Waternoose III in Pixar's groundbreaking film Monsters, Inc. His voice gave life to a character that remains iconic to audiences of all ages. Through decades of acting, musical collaboration, and artistic exploration, James Coburn left a permanent mark. James Coburn's personal life included two important marriages that showed different chapters of his life. His first marriage was to Beverly Kelly in 1959. This union would last for 2 decades and produce 2 children. During these 20 years, Coburn handled the challenges of balancing a growing Hollywood career with family life. He did this all while keeping his reputation as a charismatic and versatile actor. Their marriage, like many in the demanding world of entertainment, eventually came to an end. The couple divorced in 1979. Despite their marriage ending, Coburn kept a sense of dignity and respect for his former spouse and their shared family. He emphasized the importance of continued commitment to his children, even during personal upheaval. Later in life, Coburn found love again and married actress Paula Murad on October 22, 1993, in the romantic setting of Versailles, France. This marriage marked a period of renewed personal happiness and stability for Coburn. Coburn and Murad shared not only a deep personal bond, but also a dedication to giving back to the community. This was shown by their establishment of the James and Paula Coburn Foundation. Through this charitable organization, the couple sought to support causes that reflected their values and passions. They left a legacy beyond Coburn's movie achievements. Their marriage remained strong and steady until Coburn's death in 2002. This showed a partnership built on mutual respect, love, and shared purpose. Even as Coburn faced severe rheumatoid arthritis, a condition that caused him chronic pain and limited mobility, he pursued his passions with determination and courage. He became a devoted student of martial arts, embracing the discipline and philosophy it offered. His dedication to martial arts brought him into close friendship with the legendary Bruce Lee, one of the most influential martial artists of all time. Their friendship was not just casual. It was marked by mutual respect and shared interest in physical and mental discipline. When Bruce Lee tragically passed away at the height of his career, Coburn honored his friend by serving as one of the pallbearers at Lee's funeral on July 25, 1973. This gesture showed the depth of their bond and Coburn's loyalty to those he cared about. It highlighted a side of the actor that was compassionate, respectful, and committed to the people who mattered in his life. James Coburn was not only a celebrated actor, but also a man unafraid to speak his mind. Over his decades-long career in Hollywood, he met countless personalities, some inspiring, others frustrating. While he admired many of his contemporaries, there were a few whose behavior, talent, or ego rubbed him the wrong way. Here are the 6 actors James Coburn openly admitted to disliking the most, along with his honest thoughts. Yul Brynner. Yul Brynner stood out to Coburn as a symbol of style over substance. Coburn remarked, "Brynner was all image and no substance. He walked into a room, and the only thing you felt was the weight of his ego, not his talent." Coburn was critical of Brynner's reliance on charisma and physical presence, arguing that he often overshadowed the material and his co-stars. He recalled instances on set where Brynner's dominating personality disrupted the collaborative environment, leaving less assertive actors struggling to find their space. For Coburn, Brynner represented Hollywood's obsession with spectacle over craft. Coburn's dislike wasn't purely professional. He found Brynner personally overbearing, describing him as someone who acted like the camera existed just for him. In a world where subtlety and authenticity were prized, Brynner's theatricality grated against Coburn's own understated style. Marlon Brando. Coburn's issues with Marlon Brando were both professional and personal. Despite acknowledging Brando's talent, Coburn felt that he often relied on his reputation to excuse erratic behavior. He stated, "Brando could be brilliant. Yes, but working with him was like dancing on a tightrope. You never knew when the next ego-fueled tantrum would hit." Coburn was particularly frustrated by Brando's unpredictability and the sense that he believed himself above the rules of professionalism. He also noted that Brando sometimes undermined co-stars, making collaborative scenes difficult. While Coburn admired Brando's artistry from a distance, he disliked the way Brando's ego could overshadow everyone else on set, turning potentially great work into stressful experiences. Steve McQueen. James Coburn and Steve McQueen had a professional rivalry rooted in contrasting styles. Coburn once quipped, "McQueen thought being cool was the same as being good. I've seen him act circles around people, but it's all exterior. No soul behind the eyes. Coburn felt that McQueen's charm and popularity sometimes masked a lack of true acting depth. On set, Coburn found McQueen's behavior self-centered, as if he were competing for attention rather than collaborating. Though Coburn acknowledged McQueen's box office draw, he often remarked that working with him required patience and a thick skin. For Coburn, McQueen embodied the frustration of dealing with actors more interested in image than craft. Richard Burton. Richard Burton's intensity and theatrical style clashed with Coburn's understated approach. Coburn noted, "Burton could chew the scenery like a bull chewing cud. Sometimes it's mesmerizing, but mostly it's exhausting." Coburn found Burton's approach overblown, making scenes feel like performances for Burton himself, rather than for the audience or story. Beyond style, Coburn was wary of Burton's personal volatility. He described Burton as brilliant but often consumed by ego and personal drama, which could spill into his work. To Coburn, Burton represented the pitfalls of allowing personal intensity to overshadow collaborative artistry. Sean Connery. Coburn had mixed feelings about Sean Connery. While he respected Connery's charm and undeniable screen presence, he criticized what he saw as arrogance. Coburn once commented, "Connery was a great actor if you liked the idea of him being James Bond all the time. Off-screen, it felt like nothing else mattered to him." Coburn found Connery's confidence sometimes tipping into dismissiveness toward others. On sets where collaboration was essential, Coburn felt Connery's ego could create tension, particularly with younger or less established actors. For Coburn, Connery was another example of someone whose star power sometimes overshadowed humility and craft. Kirk Douglas. Finally, Kirk Douglas made Coburn's list due to a combination of ego and stubbornness. Coburn explained, "Douglas had talent, sure, but he also had the unshakable belief that the world revolved around him. That can wear on people." Coburn encountered Douglas in both collaborative and social contexts, and found his larger-than-life personality difficult to navigate. Though he admired Douglas's dedication to work and longevity in Hollywood, Coburn often found his domineering presence frustrating. In Coburn's view, Douglas was talented but emblematic of the challenges of working with strong personalities in Hollywood, actors whose confidence could sometimes tip into overbearing behavior. James Coburn, the Academy Award-winning actor known for his distinctive rugged charm and commanding screen presence, passed away from a sudden heart attack at his home in Beverly Hills on November 18, 2002, at the age of 74. According to his wife Paula, the moment was both intimate and heartbreaking. He collapsed in her arms while the couple was quietly listening to music together. This was a private scene that shows the depth of their bond and the tragedy of his sudden passing. The immediacy of the situation prompted a rushed call to emergency services, and Coburn was quickly transported to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, one of Los Angeles' most renowned hospitals, where medical staff attempted life-saving measures. Despite their efforts, he was pronounced dead, leaving behind a legacy of movie excellence that spanned decades and included iconic roles in films such as The Magnificent Seven, Our Man Flint, and Affliction. The loss of Coburn was deeply felt, not only by his fans and colleagues, but also by his family, particularly his wife, Paula. Paula had stood by him through both the highs and lows of his personal and professional life. Tragically, Paula herself would succumb to illness less than 2 years later. She died from cancer on July 30, 2004 at the age of 48, cutting short a life that had shared profound intimacy with one of Hollywood's most charismatic actors. Their deaths in such close succession added a poignant chapter to the story of their lives together, highlighting the fragility of life even amid fame and success, and leaving an indelible mark on those who knew them and admired Coburn's work.